You might be asking yourself, what do you mean Far Cry 3 Classic? Do you mean the Far Cry 3 that came out back in, what was it, 2012? That game that was on Xbox 360 and PS3 and PC? Well, it is indeed that game, but it's been, I don't know if remastered is the right word. It's been touched up for Xbox One. I didn't see any Xbox One X enhanced settings, so I don't think they've done a lot to it. If I had to guess, just based on what I'm looking on, you know, they touched up the visuals to 1080p, most likely. Looks like it's running 30 frames per second, so we didn't get a boost up to 60. I mean, it looks decent compared, because I have Far Cry 3, the Xbox 360 version, which runs on backwards compatibility on Xbox One, and this looks a bit better. I mean, it's not, you know, it's not like an amazing remaster. Like, if you play Call of Duty 4, if you play the 360 version and then play the Call of Duty 4 remaster, then that is a huge difference in quality and what they did in that remaster. So it looks good. I mean, this game looks fine. It's slightly better than the 360 version. They're probably going with like the high PC settings, maybe ultra high, who knows. I usually watch Digital Foundry to kind of get the background on this sort of stuff. Maybe some bad guys. Of course, if you played any Far Cry game, well, I should say any from Far Cry 2 on, you know, the mechanics are very familiar. So Far Cry 3, Far Cry 4, Far Cry 5. Man, these guys are in some bad trouble. The mechanics. Lord, dog. So the mechanics, if you've played any Far Cry game from, I said game from 2 on, it's basically the same kind of setup, you know? Press the left button, you get your weapons wheel. Man, this guy is not driving very good. You know, press up on the D-pad, you get your camera, binoculars, so you can tag your enemies. You know, the usual stuff. Early on in the game, kind of right after the tutorial. You know, the first time you have to... Ooh, I can do a fuel sling. Okay. Whatever that does. I don't know, I think I would have maybe been a little happier if they had also included Blood Dragon as part of this. And if you're wondering how to get this, it came, so it was released a month early if you had the Far Cry 5 Season Pass. And I know people feel about Season Passes, it's a waste of money a lot of the time. But I don't know, I was excited about Far Cry 5 and I had the money, so I bought, you know, the deluxe edition or whatever the most expensive one was. What does this guy want? So it included the Season Pass, and since I have the Season Pass, I get to play this a month early. If you don't have the Season Pass, then you can buy it. I guess it'll be the end of June, June 29th. I haven't seen what the pricing is going to be on it. Hopefully, I mean, come on, $19.99, I would hope. I mean, I guess $29.99 maybe would probably be more likely. Like the recent Assassin's Creed Rogue. I don't like killing dogs in games. Like Rogue was, the recent remaster was $29.99 for that. But I don't know, maybe it'll be $29.99. But anyway, just wanted to kind of show it off here on the Xbox One X.
I hope my family is okay.
I hope they are too, dude. It's disappointing they didn't include any Xbox One X enhancements for it. There's like nothing. I mean, you go to video, all you have is brightness and subtitles. Anyway, you know how Far Cry is. There's a dire situation happening. You know, my friends have been kidnapped and I'm trying to save them, but then I get distracted by picking plants and, you know, it's like, you guys can wait. You can wait a bit longer. It's not like, you know, it's not like there's anything important that I need to do. I want to wander around. I'm sure the pirates that captured you are treating you well. Yeah, so this is the first mission to go talk to this guy, which I remember the last time I played through this, it wasn't on Xbox 360, it was on PS3.
I'm not afraid.
Grief. It was on PS3, and I don't think I think I played it for a few hours and never got to the guy I'm supposed to be seeing. Ooh, some plants. Sacred Lotus. Where's Sacred Lotus? I did just finish Far Cry 5 last week, I think. And you know, it was the very first Far Cry game I'd ever completed. You know, through to the ending. Apparently I got the good ending, even though it wasn't a very good outcome, but you know, that's what they said is the good ending. And it was fine. It's Far Cry. You know what to expect in a Far Cry game. Wander around, liberate outposts, shoot bad guys. There must be like a cave down here. It says there's a box of goodies. So, oh, there they are. You know, it's set in Montana. I live in Montana, so I was curious how they would represent Montana in the game. And I don't know if you've ever been to Montana, but among the states, it's like one of the largest as far as just the size of the state goes. But there's not a lot of people here. There's like 1 million people in the entire state. And it's like we're all spread out across this huge, ooh, there's something. You know, like, I'm a veteran, and there's a veterans hospital that I go to on occasion. I have a neurological issue that I'm dealing with. So if I have to see my neurologist, it's a 3.5-hour drive to where the hospital is. And I've gone there for simple things like an MRI, so 3.5 hours in the car, get in there, the MRI took about 20 minutes, and then it was 3.5 hours back. So 7 hours of travel just to get for a 20-minute appointment. But that just kind of just illustrates how spread apart this state is. I'm just wandering aimlessly right now. Oops. So I don't know, I mean, I didn't really get a Montana vibe from Far Cry 5. It kind of captured the look of the state. But, I don't know. You know, they could have said it was in Colorado and it would have looked basically the same. And the game, like, made the county that it, like, Hope County is the setting. And I don't know, when the counties I've seen in Montana, they were never advertised like, welcome to this great county. You know, it's just one sign on the road. You have entered Flathead County, or you have entered whatever. So, that's my take on Far Cry 5. But the Guns for Hire was fun. The Fangs for Hire was fun. Fangs for Hire was, early on in the game, you would rescue. There was a dog you had to rescue, so I went and rescued him first. Then there was a grizzly bear named Cheeseburger who had the diabetes, as Wilford Brimley would say. And then finally there was a cheetah named Peaches. So you could, after rescuing these animals... oops. I just died. Oops. But anyways, you rescue the animals and they can come fight at your side. And then there's people also. There was, I think there was 9 people. Oh, it sent me all the way back here. There's like 9 people you could take on and bring them on missions with you. So they called those the Guns for Hire, which I know that was introduced in Far Cry 2. Look at the pretty sun ray, or God ray rather. So yeah, I mean, the Far Cry 2 had the Guns for Hire. Far Cry 3. Good Lord, these people don't drive very well. I don't remember if Far Cry 3 has Guns for Hires or not. Far Cry 4 does, and Far Cry 5 does, so maybe it started in Far Cry Primal where you could... What's going on here? Lord. Bad guys got shot up. Is this another bad guy? Sorry, dog. Fuck. Indeed. What do we got over here? So yeah, Far Cry 3 Classic. Like I said, it looks good. No, I've been a gamer for a long time. I'm an old man. I'm gonna be 50 here pretty soon in September. And I distinctly remember when I was, I don't know, 6 or 7 in the early 70s. See, I'm old. Playing Pong, like someone, I don't remember if it was a friend or family member, whoever, they had Pong. And that was like, whoa. And that kind of got my start in gaming. You know, 1976 maybe, 77. And I think another friend had the Magnavox Odyssey was another gaming system, which had very simple. How come I can't get this thing? I think I have to drive that somewhere. Had very simple gameplay. Then in the early 80s, when I was 14 or 15, we got a Atari 2600, and then I had when I was in the Navy at one point I had an NES, and ooh, money. Get out of the wallet is full. Okay. I have to craft a larger wallet. But when I got out of the Navy, I had Sega Genesis and PlayStation 1, a PlayStation 2, original Xbox, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3. And now I had an Xbox One, and then I bought an Xbox One X. So that's where I stand on gaming. Anyway, I just wanted to show some gameplay. Have I been to that tower? I probably have been to that tower already. Yeah, because I've already been through this area. I could go to this other tower. Hop on this bike and go somewhere. Oh, I have to do this. Get the medical supplies to this on this vehicle. Fine, we'll do that. Time running out. not a good development. Oh.
Wait and see. We will be safe again.
Okay. Did it. So good for me, I guess. I need to craft something. Let's see, I can do that. I need like my loot sack. It sounds dirty, loot sack. Okay, let's do a weapon holster. I can't do that one. Oh, I can't do it. Okay, what about a wallet? No. So I can do. What else can I make? Hunting. Hunter's instinct. Put it right here. Anything else? Guess not. Alright, what was I doing? I wanted to go to the radio tower. It's still marked. Let's go to the radio tower. Which was a mechanic that was absent in Far Cry 5. So, I think people were happy about that. How do I get to the stupid radio tower? Oh. Something over here. What is this? Let's see what's going on over here. I'll forget the radio tower. What is this thing? Hide and seek. Kill as many enemies as possible. Sure, let's do that. Get some cash. Okay.
Holy fucking shit! Whoa!
Why'd you come here, dude?
Hey!
Okay. How about a new weapon? Man, I need a new weapon. Compete with these weapons.
Stay down.
I failed. Alright. Try it again. Maybe I should do all stealth kills. Maybe I get some extra points out of it. Nobody here but me. Just me all by myself. Okay. This guy's just not dying. What does this thing do? Doesn't say. Do I shoot it? I guess so.
Get a job. Get a job. Shut up, bitch. I'm the man here.
Well, now you're gonna be the dead man. Alright.
I've had it with those rebels.
Do I have like? Oh, I have. I don't have a grenade or anything. Can you take like new weapons off these people? No. more like those time things. Let's see, maybe I can get like a stealth kill in here.
You're going down.
Maybe. Run out of time.
Whoa!
Alright. Alright, well, it's good enough for me. So there you have it. Far Cry 3, the classic edition, the slightly enhanced version of Far Cry 3. Looks, like I said before, it looks good. You know, I think the gameplay is what really counts, and the gameplay here is what you come to expect from Far Cry. So if you have the season pass, it'll be ready to download, and if you don't, you'll be able to buy it probably on the 29th of June. So thanks for watching.